Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
We got it! We got it!
New 52 booklet.
Somebody clip this.
Welcome to Comics League Indie Wednesday. I'm your host, Jared, and today we are talking about a very interesting IP here. So those of you that know me know I'm a gamer as well as a comic book fan. And I happen to have this collection of Black Ops 4 comics for Call of Duty. And I figured, let's talk about that. And I do have the things on digital, so I can have them on the screen and we can display the art and stuff. So I'm just going to go do that. We're going to be talking about the stories for Ruin and Battery. Now, what I like about these books, they have a message in them, and it's one of the cost of war. And throughout human history, there's been tons of wars, obviously, and a lot of different stories using the different mediums to tell this type of story about the toll that war puts on the war fighter and on the war fighter's family and such. So I really like how these books go into it. No matter your opinion on Black Ops 4 as a game itself, this was a fantastic idea. So let's start with the Ruin one. The Ruin one is written by Chris Roberson and drawn by, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Debora Carita. And she is currently the artist for Yaira in the Rippaverse. So there we go. Those of you that know me know I also love the Rippaverse. So I look forward to going through this. So basically what this book is about. So I'm just going to scroll through a little bit. So Battery is is this covert soldier. And the thing about Battery, the thing about Ruin is that he doesn't like special operations forces. He really sees them as he prefers a straight up fight. Special operations soldiers are the ones that strike from the shadows and take out the enemy from unseen positions. Basically SEAL Team 6 stuff. He doesn't like that. He likes a straight up fight. And what's interesting about it is that later on he will become a special operations soldier and he has to deal with that. And it's one thing he doesn't like about Black Ops is that it's here he's helping a Black Ops soldier, and then they come across a prison cell full of civilians, but they were only supposed to extract one guy, and they're forced to leave the other ones behind because they don't have the resources to extract them, and that's not their mission. And it's kind of interesting. It shows not the moral ambiguity. Well, yes, the moral ambiguity, but the moral cost of covert operations as well. And then obviously, Ruin just completely wrecks shop here, takes out hostiles, and then he just falls out. And first off, he saves people because again he prefers to have that side of war and take a more humane approach to it. So that is Ruin's issue. Which, by the way, can we just say this art by Carita is fantastic, because what I like about it. Again, I'm going to reiterate this till the end of time. One of the things that books have to have is art that complements the tone of the book. I say this every single time, because if you have a book that's if you have a book that's positive book but has really dark art, it's not going to work out. Where with this one, the art is it's very brutal and it's very warlike, and that works for the context of this story, which is the sort of ambiguity that comes with covert operations. Next, we are going to be discussing the battery issue. All of these are named after individual operators in the game, for those of you that don't know. So this is written by Greg Rucka, the writer from DC that I have a very love-hate relationship with. Watch Super Wonder Legacy to understand that. And art by Vincenzo Cucca. And again, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. So this is about Battery. Now, who's Battery? Battery is a member of the 75th Ranger Regiment. They're basically one of America's special operations units, and she just lost her brother in combat, and her actual biological brother. So again, dealing with like the effects of the family that war has. And then she is called up by her commanding officer, who tells her, "Hey, I have a very specific job for you. A group of soldiers got taken captive by a cartel, and we want you to go in and extract them." And she goes in with a specific operator named Outrider, who is basically she fights with a bow and arrow, like a compound bow and arrow. That's really cool, particularly like covert operations, because the bow and arrow is freaking silent. And they go in, they ambush, they basically destroy the entire enemy force. And what's cool about this, by the way, so before she left, she asked her commanding officer, "What are my rules of engagement?" And then he goes, "You know the creed." Now, what she's talking about is the Ranger Creed, and the creed is, "I will never leave a fallen comrade to fall into the hands of the enemy." There you go. It's basically like never leave a man behind. It's essentially that, and do whatever you have to in order to do that. And then so they move in, they completely wreck shop, they take out the enemy. I just love this because a Battery, the way that they have Battery in the games, that she is like the grenadier heavy weapon specialist of the Black Ops soldiers, and she like tears and wrecks shop. And then again, she goes to the head zone of her brother, and after a successful mission, and then she's like, "It's what we do. We're soldiers. We take care of each other." So that's it. Those are Call of Duty comics, and to tell you the truth, they are pretty cool because here's the thing about me. One of the things that I'm a nerd about a couple of different things, but one of the things that I am a very big nerd of is the military history, the gear, the soldiers, the war stories that they go through. So something like this, even if it's Call of Duty, because this takes place in the future, and it's to a certain degree not in any way realistic. But see, here's the thing about this. Yes, it's not realistic in terms of like capabilities and tactics, but the thing about this book is that it gets the overall theme that, at least from my reading of like a bunch of military books and like autobiographies, that you never leave a man behind. There's certain moral ambiguity that comes from conflict and stuff, and like the difference between special operations units and conventional military units, even tier 1 like Rangers and SEALs, and then that's actually tier 2. Tier 2, which is Rangers and SEALs, and tier 1, which is Delta Force and SEAL Team 6. This covers a lot. And if you're interested, Dark Horse has this hardcover that I picked up. I had this for a while. I don't know why I never covered these. And I give these both books solid 10 out of 10. All the art, all the writing is superb. And if you guys like this, maybe I'll cover more of these. So drop in the comments your thoughts on this. If you guys liked it, be sure to become a member, because if you become a member, you get these indie reviews one day early. So technically, this is Indie Tuesday for Comics League members. And of course, all the other fantastic membership perks, like you get access to the members only panel we have once a month where we all get together and hang out. And we also have like you also get access to tell me specifically, you get priority in what content you want to see from me and such. And that's all I got for you today. Stay heroic, and I will be sure to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.